Check, check. Live? We live? My mic ready? Yeah, we're ready. All right. We're live. It's going to be an exciting morning. Last day of the year. I'm short FCEL. My buddy Henry is long from 205. Let's give him a call. And we'll talk about the classic battle between the long and the short. He don't want to answer. He knows I'm short. He doesn't want to hear how it's going to go down. He is not answering.
Hi, you've reached Henry.
I'm at work. I can't talk. Damn it! Damn it! Live on YouTube. This would be a great one. Okay, so I guess I'll just do it by myself. I'd prefer to have Henry here, but that's okay. This is kind of a solitary type job. All right, let's talk about my winner right now that I got going. I have SAVA. I was shorting yesterday up here in the 650s. And I still had some, and I also was shorting pre-market in the low sixes, and then I added here in the 650s and 660s, and then I've been covering into this gap down. I still have some left. So far, I've made almost 1,000 on it, and I have 500 shares left of my short. So we will see. Actually, what I'm looking to do is I'm looking to add back. I mean, if it panics down to the low fives, I'll just cover, and then any bounce that it has towards red to green or near 6, I'm going to short into. So that's the plan with SAVA, overextended gap down. Put in this nice doji right here, sold off pretty hard after extending. So up to 7. I did have to take a loss on it yesterday because I did short this front side of this move a little bit too early. So I took a little bit of a loss on it yesterday. The day before I was shorting into this gap up right here. So I was shorting in here, and I was just a little too soon on it. Then the next morning it started squeezing up. I shorted some more there, and then when it started spiking on me, I got scared, cut the trade, took a loss on it. I lost 1,000 on it yesterday, which is a pretty big loss for me. I try to keep my losses at under 500. I try to keep them any less than 250, but that one got away from me a little bit. I had a little bit too big of a position size, panicked out, but then once it spiked, it sold off really hard, and into this bounce I got some short, so I made that back and then some. So now I'm just looking for a bounce up here to 6 to short into. So that one finishing up. Next one on the watch list right now is FCEL. FCEL. Now, same type of setup as SAVA. It's getting very overextended. It gapped up. I was actually short. I shorted into the spike day before yesterday. and was covering down into this washout. And then yesterday morning when it gapped up, and then it failed and it started to come back, I immediately got out. I got out, I think when I got out over 140. So, because I thought this thing could have a chance. Henry was actually buying this right here. He was buying it, I think, in the 130s. He was buying it on this dip. And then he held, I don't know how long, I wish he was here. He could say how long he held it. I think he sold into the after hours somewhere in the 180s, which is an excellent trade. It was a nice dip buy for him. I mean, it's still holding trend. If you look at it, it's still holding trend. The chart's definitely not broken yet. This thing definitely has room to even go higher. If you look at the daily chart, I think it could go to 3. Definitely could go to 3. And the higher the better. You know, this is a massive short squeeze. This thing's got a huge float. Sure, there's tons of shorts trapped in this. I'm very happy I covered. So then whenever it started gapping up after hours towards 2, I didn't want to get too aggressive on my short like I did the day before on SAVA, where I shorted too much on the gap up before because I thought it might have a secondary pre-market gap up, and I was right. But FOMO got the best of me. I took some small size in the 180s and 190s. Didn't go too crazy, but into this gap up this morning, I really started piling in at 215 and at 225, and then I just added just a little while ago at 218. So we will see at the market open. Now you might be wondering, well, if you think this has room to go to 3 and you think it could definitely potentially go to 3, why would you be shorting it? Well, the reason why I'm shorting it is just because I think that at the market open, when all the real volume comes in, you've got this. This is a ginormous move from 170 up to 230. For this stock, this has a huge float. So for it to go from 170 to 230, that's 60 cents. Normally this thing, when it moves during the market open, once the market opens, I mean, look at from 190 up to 218. You know, that's one of the biggest days was yesterday. Or not yesterday, but yesterday's from when the market opens, 146 to 167, it moves 20 cents. 87 up to 112, another 20 cents. Now, I'm not saying this thing can't move more than 20 cents, but I'm saying that is an enormous move for this stock. And I just think that whenever all the volume comes in, I think that you're going to get a lot of sellers from yesterday. They're going to sell into this, and I think it's going to have to pull back, maybe hold 2, maybe hold 190. It's going to have to hold that for a minute and then come back and grind back. I don't, and if we do get a spike right at the open, I think the spike will be short-lived, and I think it'll drop and then come back, if it even comes back. Will it have another green day? Will it keep going? There's a pretty good shot it will. I just think that we're going to get a lot of sellers at the open who are going to look to take profits into this huge gap up, because this is a huge, huge, huge move for this stock. And it's primarily due to shorts. ONCY, it's another one I've been watching. This one was hoping it could get one more day of extension, but it's looking kind of weak right now. We will see what happens with that one. It's looking a little overextended right now, but I didn't want to get too early on my short. SAVA was the biggest NVCN's the biggest pre-market gainer. That one's on the watch list. We're watching that one. SVRA. I should have been trading this one yesterday. Well, I tried to trade it once, and then I was frustrated with my loss on SAVA, so I didn't trade anymore the rest of the day. I actually, I traded this so bad. I mean, this thing gapped up over 100%. So usually 8 out of 10 stocks that gap up over 100%, they usually, if they spike, it's a very short-lived spike and it fails. Or they just sell off right at the open. They usually sell off and then they find a support, and then a lot of times they'll come back. And that's exactly what happened in this one. I got short a little too early in the pre-market at around 4. And when it spiked up on me and it was consolidating in this area, I thought that it might consolidate and then rip back. So I took it off in like the 420s. So I lost on that one. Then I lost on SAVA. So I was kind of pissed off. So I decided, you know what? I'm just not going to trade the rest of the day. And then I came back in the afternoon. And I was watching this put in the higher lows. And I was thinking it was a buy. But I was still irritated with myself. So I said, you know what? I'm just not going to trade. And then literally it just took off. I watched this whole spike and never even bought it, which is very, 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 very frustrating. And then it starts squeezing in the after hours, but I'm already focused on, I already got a position with SAVA, I already got a position with FCEL. I don't want to have too much shit going on, so I did not short into this because I didn't know if it was going to gap up even more, and because that's what a lot of stocks have been doing, so I just let it go. And now it turns out that it would have been a fucking $1.50 a share fucking winner. I mean, if I would have shorted 1,000 shares, I mean, shit. I'm up $1,500. Wake up this morning, make $1,500. Jesus Christ. So that's annoying. Meanwhile, FCEL. This thing's a fucking monster, man. I still can't believe I didn't buy it when it broke over $1. I sat there and preached and talked shit about, and I told Henry, this thing gets over $1, it's a definite buy. And I never pulled the trigger. So that is ultra annoying. It just goes to show you, though, you don't have to be perfect to make money in this game. You don't have to even be close to perfect. Because God knows I'm not close to perfect. I fuck shit up every fucking trade almost. I'm just trying to get my little drop in the bucket. That's all. Just get a drop in the bucket. Man, that's all I need. I don't need to be a billionaire. Just a millionaire several times over. So, we got a couple minutes till the market open. Get all these charts up. SAVA down to 146. So that's looking real nice. We'll see what's going to happen with that one. If it flushes at the open, I'll cover in the low 5s. If it spikes, I'll short into that spike near 6. FCEL. We shall see. I'm going to go grab a cup of coffee. I'll be right back. All right, kids. Let's see what we got here. We got less than a minute till the market open. We are in place. ONCY. Market is open. ONCY spiking a little bit. Got FCEL is holding right now. I got covers in at 191 and 185. Don't know if those will get hit, but probably maybe move it up to 2. SAVA holding 540. Getting some panic out of FCEL. Nothing to write home to mom about, but a little bit. I'll probably, if I can get $2, I'll probably start covering at 2. In fact, I'll just go ahead and put that order in right now. I put an order in at 201, move my from the 190s to 201. See if it can get there. 206, 205. There we go, 204, 206. Come on. Is it going to touch 2? Do I take it off at 206, 207? $205. Oops. Spilled my coffee. Getting impatient, so I'm going to take some off. Took some off at 207. There it goes, right at 207. Damn it. That's so annoying. Oh well. Getting some nice panic though. It's going our direction. And we're getting a little bounce out of tiny little bounce. Now, FCEL is known for dropping and then coming back. So I'm going to move it up to my next cover. I'm going to move it up to 192 cover. SAVA is spiking a little bit. Might do a small add here. Short. Did a small add on SAVA at 560, 566. ONCY getting interesting. Probably should be shorting that. Hitting the pre-market highs. See what it does here. Maybe it squeezes more. I mean, it's looking nice. FCEL back to 215, so good thing I covered down there. It's coming back. Not sure what to do with ONCY. Thought about shorting into this spike, but my main watch is FCEL. Probably should focus on that instead of thinking about a different play. So the pre-market highs are 230. Put in a dip. We'll see how it. See if it gets over 220. I may cut the trade if it gets over 220. This may dip and rip. Who knows? SAVA selling off. FCEL getting somewhat rejected so far by 220. Not a whole lot hitting the high day scanner right now. ONCY selling off. Man, be up 20 cents a share on right now if I would have took it in the 460s like I was thinking. It's bouncing out VWAP right now. So ONCY, it's bouncing out VWAP right now. Well, no, it's not. So I don't want to short it. Maybe if it puts in a higher low. Maybe if we get a little bounce towards high day, I can short it into that. And then risk high day. See if it sets up. All right, ONCY coming back. Might take a little here. I don't think there's any shares to short on it. Nope, no shares. That's okay though. No shares to short on ONCY. So far, FCEL rejected by 220. And SAVA selling off nicely. Oh, I'd love to see the 170s with FCEL. If I could get 170 out of FCEL, that'd be amazing. I'm sure eventually we'll get there, but whether it happens today or not remains to be seen. And I mean, I'm sure there's tons of shorts out there that are thinking the exact same shit as me. And so this squeeze could definitely continue. Wow, ONCY squeezing all the way to 5. All right, caught a piece short on ONCY at 485. Got some short on ONCY at 485. We'll risk $5. So there it is right there. I tried to get it in the 490s, but I missed. So see how that works out. More panic by SAVA. Nice. All the way down to the 530s. It's really lost its momentum. We'll just hang on to this one. This one's looking real nice right now. It's trying to crack low a day. It could come back though right here. It could come back and bounce up to the 6s. Who knows? Maybe I should cover this right now. Oh, more panic. FCEL. Holding $2 strong. Very bullish. Super bullish. FCEL has a tendency to hold its gains. Wow, ONCY came all the way from 35 cents. Jesus. It's a big move. Imagine if you would have held from 35 cents. Be very happy with yourself. I'm going to put a stop loss in on SAVA at 551. So as long as it stays under 550s, I will stay in the trade. Tempted to just take it off now. It's down to the 530s. Yeah, if FCEL gets over, I'm going to put in a stop loss at over 520. If this thing gets over 520, it could be bad news. Or 220. If you get over 220, it could be bad news. And I do not feel like getting stuck in a short squeeze. And it looks like it's coming back right now. 220, 222. There it goes. So see how this 220, if it gets rejected or if it holds right here. If it gets rejected, I'll stay in it, but if it keeps going, I got to get out. Because like I said, this thing could go to $3. Henry's long thinks it's going to go to 3. I'm pretty sure he's going to swing it too. He's good at holding these stocks for, you know, a day, 2 days, and holding through all their dips and their bullshit. Me, not so much. So far rejected by 220, but that's not to say that it's going to stay rejected. Wow. Right now, I would not want to be long or short with like a 205, 210 average. See how it holds VWAP here. ONCY selling off a bit, about to test VWAP in the 460s. Yeah, the high of this candle on FCEL is 224. So if it gets over 225, I'm getting out. I think it's, is it gonna go? I don't know what it's gonna do. But if it gets over 225, I'm getting out. I can always reshort higher. $220, $222, $23. $24. Dang. It's testing it. The volume from yesterday. Big volume today. Wow. I don't know, man. I think it looks like the bottom's about to fall out. I just hold it. Not sure what to do with it. God, it's so overextended. If I was long, I'd be so scared to be long this thing right now. I'd be so afraid it's just gonna roll over and die at any second. I mean, it can't get through high day right now. I got my cover order in. Uh-oh. It's coming back. SAVA's coming back. If it hits 551, it's going to take me out. I'll have to take my profits. Oh, hit 550, not 551 yet, though, on SAVA. 549. And I am out of SAVA. Took my profits on that. Which I'm good with. Hopefully, ideally, we want to see this bounce back to 6. We're going to short. We're going to wait for it to set up back to 6. So, made some money back there. FCEL. Back to FCEL. Can't get through 225. Huge resistance. That is also pre-market resistance as well. A lot of resistance at 225. Might text Henry that at work. He's supposed to be at work. He's texting me alerts about how Vive is moving. Went from 188 cents to 104. Not that interested. So I'm going to text him lots of resistance at 225 on FCEL. Trying to squeeze up through it though. 223. ONCY. Continuation. Over 5. Went from, wow, rejected by 5. For now. There it goes. SAVA up to 567. FCEL. Yeah, I was going to cover if it got over 225. But I mean, it's just going to need an ass ton of volume. It's going to need a lot of damn volume to get there. There it is, 230. Pre-market high is 232. I want to short some more right here, but I'm not going to. We'll wait. See what happens with it. $220s, 230. $233. Wow. Damn. Fucking FCEL. What a bitch. What a squeeze. How's Mark Crook not trading FCEL? Okay, 230s. It's at the pre-market highs. That was the dip buy right there at $2. What do you think I was trying to cover right there? comes a little bit of selling. Still holding trend though. Still holding trend quite nicely. Probably should have been adding up into that squeeze at 230. But I don't want to overextend myself. Considering this short squeeze, I mean, we don't know how long this shit could continue. You can go to 3 or God knows what. Getting the January effect at the end of December. XNet hitting high day scanner. Wow. Ugh, man. I don't know, FCEL looking pretty heavy right here at 228. It's looking like it wants to break down. Then again, I always think they're going to break down. Look at the daily. Damn. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Goes 220. Tim Sykes just bought 2,000 shares of EVSI, small speculative position on this electric vehicle patent play. Just got spiking on news. Let's see how far it can run. It's kind of chart news. Holiday runner, EVSI. Let's look at the chart. EVSI. Looks like it already got halted once. You bought it at 490? Wow. Damn. Pretty hard pullback. Let's see what the float is. 5.14 million. Low float. I'm sure he's going to be selling very, very soon. He's underwater right now. Kind of like me with FCEL. Really on my short again. Still grinding up. In the 230s. Wow. Absolutely amazing. Should have covered it all at 2. I feel like a death candle's coming soon. Where you just get like a big, huge... Down to like 215. Down to VWAP. Because this thing fights for every penny. Let's see here. Wow. It's already done 32 million shares. Wow. SAVA not bouncing the way I hoped. It's okay though. Tim Sykes sold. EVSI at $4.99. Good sell. It's down to $4.65 now. All right. Come on. Well, kind of consolidating now. There we go. There's some profit taking. Down to the 220s. Ooh, some nice selling going on now. Real nice. Down to VWAP. See how VWAP holds. Did not get enough sleep last night. Definitely going to be kind of a patience play, looks like. Starting to pull back. Now, what I don't want to see it happen is for it to hug VWAP and hold VWAP all day long. If that happens, I'm cutting the trade. But if it starts to roll over and sell off and make lower lows, that would be ideal. And I'll cover into... I'd love to see this end up down in the 180s, 170s. So that'll be the plan. We will we'll just hold this. If it consolidates and stays over VWAP, then and holds that all day long, if it holds its gains, then that means it's priming for another squeeze higher to the 250s, closer to 3. So my plan is right now is for it to start setting in higher lows and start putting in lower lows, start breaking down. If it does not do that and it holds VWAP all day long, I'll keep an eye on it, then I will have to cut the trade and get out anything over 235. Because it looks like it put in a top for right now, but we don't want to see it keep squeezing or holding its gains. But if it goes higher, good, because then it'll be a better short later on. So I think we'll just stop it right there. Everybody have a safe and happy new year. I think I'm done for now. And I will see you next year.